pretty sure you guys can't really see my whole face, but this is gonna be a mukbang. I've always low-key wanted to do a mukbang or mukbang or whatever, but yes, this is what this is gonna be. It's a little too quiet in here for me, but I'll you know. Okay, so I got some sushi. California roll. Oh, California roll and a peanut avocado roll. Here. With the soy sauce. And I got Singapore made fun. So got some forks in here. Dang, they didn't give me chopsticks. It is so freaking hot outside today. I'm like sweating bullets. Like, I have under boob sweat, under the gut sweat, under the booty sweat, and I'm not a sweater. Like, I usually don't ever sweat, but I don't know what's been going on in the atmosphere in New York, but it is hot. It's hot. Am I the only one who does this? I mix my, if you eat sushi, I mix my, what you call it? What's this green stuff? Wasabi. I mix it in with the soy sauce to give it like a little spicy kick. Mukbangs are usually people eat and then they talk about whatever comes to their mind. Has anybody seen Insecure? Does anybody watch the show? Like, anybody that watches me also watch the show Insecure? Because I've actually put a few of my friends onto that show. I even think I put my brother onto that show. The peanut avocado roll. It's so weird, but it's so good. I'm already drinking water. Soy sauce is so salty, but anyway, yes. I actually really like that show, but I feel like this season is so slow. I feel like, damn, I'm already making a mess. Anyway, like I said, I feel like this season is so slow. Like, as far as the direction is going in, I already can tell. I can already tell that Issa's probably gonna have like a career change by the end of the episode. I mean the season. And as far as her and Daniel is concerned, I'm just like, girl, like, why would you actually want to pursue a relationship with a man you cheated on your ex with? Why do you think that's gonna work? But then again, you know, women, we do some dumb shit, like for men. Like, we would dead convince ourselves. Not all women, of course, but like, I feel like every now and again we make up excuses for somebody that we know we shouldn't be with, and we end up staying in situations longer than we should stay in them. And I feel like with the whole Lawrence situation, you two should have left him a long time ago. I mean, he's fine as hell, but a man with no ambition is just not attractive. So she really didn't have to cheat. She could have just left him a long time ago. But her trying to make it work with somebody she cheated on her ex with is just like, Issa, really? Her even living with him, her even being cool with him is like, what are you doing? And I get it, like, they were friends a long time ago and they had something a long time ago, but it's like, it's just so messy for her to, the nerve of her to try and make it work with him after you hurt somebody because of him, because of your situation with him. Is just like, Issa be getting me tight. I ain't gonna front, she be getting me tight. I just would never. It's just, I mean, but then again, not everybody's like me. I'm not saying that I'm great, because I've been in a couple of toxic situations. Stayed longer in relationships that I didn't need to stay in. And I'm not gonna lie, it wasn't always them that were toxic. Sometimes it was me. That first relationship though, I was not the one that was toxic. It was definitely that guy. But he definitely did a good job convincing me that I was the problem. But one thing I could say about all my toxic relationships that have ended, I have nothing bad to say about them. Like, I'm at the point in my life where I'm legit over it. Like, even my most recent ex, like, I legit have nothing bad to say about them except for the fact that I never want to see them or speak to them again. But if we do so happen to bump into each other, it's gonna be love. It's gonna be genuine love. Like, I'm not gonna like pretend like I didn't see him. I'm like, hey, you know. But for the most part, there's nothing there. There will be nothing there. I will just never go back to that energy. You know. I could never be that desperate. Construction work. But yeah, my first toxic relationship was actually a friendship, and it was my high school best friend. He was gay, but we low-key liked each other. It was so weird. Oh no, my sushi. This sushi is just creating this mess. This is why you don't eat sushi with forks. Like, why did they give me a fork? So disrespectful. Like, they saw, they were like, she's not Asian, so she's gonna need a fork. Like, give me a chopstick, shit. Not bad. He was a piece of work. We were friends for 3 years. And at the 3rd year, I was done. He was a year before me, so I think he had graduated by the time I was done. Like, I was done. Like, I didn't have to see you anymore. We're not, you know, in the same classes, or we're not gonna have to bump into each other in the hallways. He was friends with the school bully, the girl that everybody was afraid of, so nobody messed with me because we were all friends. I don't want to say I used him because I genuinely wanted the friendship, but that was a huge benefit. Like, I didn't get picked on as much as I probably would have because I was friends with him, so yeah. Man, he was such a hothead. He would argue with everybody. And when he would argue with me, he had no problem embarrassing me in front of people. To the point where people would literally come to me and be like, are you okay? Like, that's how bad it was. And it was always my fault. It was always I did this, you know? Like, I would legit be crying everywhere. I was such an emotional teenager. Like, I would cry everywhere for everything because of him. Because he wasn't talking to me. Like, I would call him and he wouldn't pick up, and then I would cry. I would call him, I would text him and he wouldn't text back, and I would cry. Actually, I don't know if texting was as popular back then, because this was like 2006, 2007. So no, I don't believe, we spent a lot of time talking on the phone. But yeah, he just, if I got him tight, Lord have mercy. I it was just like, so that whole friendship, I literally felt like I was walking on eggshells. And by the third year, I said like I was over it. One day we were talking. He got mad. He hung up on me. And usually when he hangs up on me, I would call him back to like kind of fix it. But that time, I did not call his ass back. And guess what he did? He called back on some, oh, so you really not gonna come? Or you really not gonna blah, 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 blah? And I was like, listen, I have other obligations. Like, I have other stuff that I have to do. Literally, I had other stuff I had to do, and he was mad that I didn't drop whatever it is I had to do to come and support him. We were both performing, and we were both actors. So sometimes I would have a show, he'll come to it. Sometimes he'll have a show, I'll come to it. That day I just couldn't come to the show. I couldn't. Like, he had 3 other shows lined up that I could have came to, but I couldn't make the first show. Sorry. He got mad and hung up on me. So I was like, alright, you know, I guess I could finally walk away, have my peace of mind, not have to deal with this fool anymore. And for the year following that ending of that friendship, that dude made my life a living hell. Came to my school, was on some bullshit, give me all my shit back. Mind you, all his shit was like costume jewelry, like $5 pair of shades. And mind you, I gave it back to him, but I couldn't find his $5 pair of shades. And he was like, you forgot my $5, he didn't say $5, you forgot my glasses. Yo, you a bitch. You stay losing shit. That's why you got jumped in the 5th grade. Yeah. He went and like hit below the belt. Because he knew like he didn't have that, you know, that power over me anymore. He knew like I genuinely didn't give a fuck. So that friendship ended. He called me, cursed me out, told me he's gonna get his sister on me. His sister called me, cursed me out, said she's gonna F me up. I was like, okay. I'd like to see you try. I'd like to see you try, bitch. Of course that never happened. Eventually he got over it. He knew like there was no going back after that, so there was no kumbaya moment after that. But I did see him years after that, and it was cool. It was like, yeah, you know, sorry. I think we definitely follow each other on Instagram now. So it was all cool. Like, we're friends. We're cool now. Like, I don't call him. We don't text each other. But if we see each other, it's like, hold up, you know? My second toxic situation was in 2014 with my ex. And it wasn't as bad as the first time, but because I can tell he didn't really mean to piss me off to my face. He just really wanted to do him behind my back. So basically, he was just on some bullshit, like trying to cheat type stuff. And to me, that's toxic. And it was like he would not let me go. It's like, fine, go do you, right? Go talk to these other girls and have your fun, whatever, but let me go. And it was like he did not want to let me go. Having me feel like, you know, he still wanted me around, but he wanted to have fun. And it was like, ugh, that situation... That situation was like karma at its best, because he ended up meeting some girl who worked at Trader Joe's, and like basically she disrespected me and he took after her over me. Like, he thought, oh, Stephanie, like she was saying some really, really rude things, and I was like, that's rude, and he thought it was funny. He was like, oh, you just don't have no sense of humor, me. And I was like, all right, cool. Y'all, you two have fun. You all have a lot of fun. Because I could tell she was trouble. So I was like, all right, you go do you. Y'all have fun. You here now? The karma. She literally made his life a living hell. Like, I don't want to go into all of it because I'm actually really cool with him now. We don't talk. Like, I'm cool with all these toxic people from my past because they've taught me some really great, important lessons that I can literally take with me anywhere. Like, I don't put up with a lot anymore because of these people. I don't stay longer than I feel like I need to. I don't make up excuses for trash behavior like I used to. So I'm literally grateful to these people, but like this ex, like there's nothing but love there. Like I have nothing bad to say about him at this point in my life. I just think it's just really awesome and funny how God works sometimes. Like, I honestly, in my heart of hearts, don't think anything good can come from hurting someone. You know what I'm saying? Like, just be honest. If you're not interested, or if you've met somebody else, just be honest. Yeah, it's gonna hurt, but to do it in a like a rude way, a sneaky way, nothing good comes out of that. By being dishonest to yourself and to the people you love, I don't think anything good can come out of that. So yeah, he got his karma. These people, they literally only gave me one fork. Actually, I cannot eat in a disgusting table. I'm sorry, I had to finish this. This is what the Singapore made fun looks like. I don't want it to drop. That's what it looks like. It smells like curry chicken. It's so good. So good. Anyway, I hope I'm in focus. Nothing crazy though. Nothing crazy, like he didn't get sick or anything. But it was like she ended up being cuckoo coconuts. So and he sure enough came back trying to be like, oh Stephanie, I'm sorry. And my ass ended up being friends with him, and that didn't even work either. So that also taught me a lesson. You can't be friends with your ex. Like when it's over, it's over. Y'all can't do the friends thing. Y'all can be cool from a distance, but especially if they hurt you. Especially if they hurt you. Maybe not in all cases, but in most cases. I don't think you can do the friendship. Yo, it is hot in here. It's hot. And I'm eating hot food. It's so good. Singapore make one. It's so good. It's like, I don't know what kind of noodles they use, but it's good. It's chicken. It's pork. If you don't like, if you're Muslim and you don't eat pork, this is not for a vegetarian. There's shrimp in here. There's onions. Was it onions? I think that's onions. Oh, shrimp. The only thing about these is they're not cheap. Back where I used to live, they were cheap, and they'll give you like a big bowl of it for cheap for $5. In actuality, these are like $9, $8. But I remember where I used to live, it was $5, and it was just as good. But yeah. So yeah. So I say all that to say, even though I'm giving Issa from Insecure the only side eye, I do think it's important for her to go through these experiences so that she can learn her lesson. Sometimes talking to your girlfriends is like cool and all, but sometimes people just need to go through it to learn their lesson, and I feel like that's where she's at. Is like literally glowing up because yeah, Lawrence is no longer in the show, which I particularly don't care for the fact that he's not in the show. I think he should be in the show. Because we also need his perspective, but the show is about Issa, and like Issa said, sometimes you really don't see your ex anymore. I know I don't bump into my exes. I mean, I do bump into them, but it's not like we still talk on the phone or like, oh, I'm wondering. You know, after a point, you stop caring about what they're doing. You know? After a point. I'm not, okay, especially if you're in a new relationship, you really don't care. But even if you're in a new situationship where you're talking to someone, you're not thinking about what your ex is doing. Not that. I've never. If I'm talking to a new guy, I don't care what my ex is doing. So, I understood why they chose to leave Lawrence out of this season. But come on, is Issa really over Lawrence? Is Lawrence really over Issa? I ain't gonna front. They probably are. They probably are. Because I remember last season, her and Lawrence had a heart-to-heart. And I think it was the last episode. They had a heart-to-heart where they kind of just spoke their truth. And then, you know, Lawrence left. And I've had that situation where we both spoke our truth. And that was it. We didn't speak after that. Like, we're not even friends on social media, I don't think. No. At least she got him as a friend on social media, but me and my ex, we said we loved each other and there's always gonna be love, and ever since we've never spoken. So it's realistic, but to watch, as far as like watching it, being a viewer, is kind of on the boring side. That's why this season to me is like slow. And her whole dynamic with Daniel is just like annoying because I think Daniel is so arrogant. Like, to me, like I get it, he's attractive, but it's like his personality is so like he just comes across as like egotistical and narcissistic that is not appealing to me. And it's like for her to even, and the fact that they're trying to make it like, oh, we bond over music, is like, stop it, please. Like, it's such a cheesy direction that they went with that, but take this number back in 63. But yeah. Oh, speaking of insecure, Issa Rae came to New York, Harlem, to premiere the first episode of her show, and I actually went. Not knowing she was gonna be there. I didn't know she was gonna be there, but she was there, and Tiffany Haddish was there too, and it was so cool because I didn't even know they kicked it like that, but they're apparently besties, and we watched the first episode, and I'm telling you, excuse me, that was so rude. The crowd. First of all, we had to wait on this long line to even get inside to watch the show. And people started skipping. People started skipping the line. Like, didn't care that we saw them skip, but they were just skipping. Like, so rude. Like, this one girl, I was there in the premiere with my brother. Me and my brother went to go see it. And who was online or whatever, and this random girl in this burgundy dress comes and she starts conversing with one of the people there, and I think during the conversation he kind of picked up that she was trying to skip, and he started ignoring her, and she just stood there. She stood there and didn't move. And when the line started moving, she was moving with the line. I was like, yo, she dead skip. She don't care. I was like, I would just do the right thing and go all the way to the back of the line in hopes that maybe I might get in. But we got in eventually. I don't know how many people didn't get to go in, but we got in. They had 3 separate viewings of the show, and we ended up watching it and seeing Issa Rae. That was really cool. She thanked us for coming, and she had a bottle of wine or whatever. But yeah, it was cool. The first episode on the big screen was like fun to watch, and seeing other people's reactions to certain scenes. Like every time Molly would come, everybody was cheering. Every time Issa would come, everybody was cheering. It was cool. I love seeing Black people win. I do. I mean, especially, and Issa's African, so I'm a little on the bias. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's this one song that I'm obsessed with. It's called Cold War. She played it at the end of the episode. I'm so obsessed with that song. I keep playing it all the time. Anyway, I'm actually really full, and there's still a lot of food left. That's the thing about Singapore Made Fun. There's always extras left, but I'll eat this later. I'm full. Thank you guys for watching my very first mukbang. Woo. Let me know if you like mukbangs. And I'll probably film this again. I can't tell you. It was kind of a lot to try and film this, but I filmed it. I got it out the way. If you like videos like this, thumbs it up. Let me know what you think. Next video is going to definitely be a hair video, so stay tuned for that. Goodbye. Lord.
He said, hey sister, it's really, really nice to meet ya. I just met